This is it. Championship will be determined tonight.
This ain't the amateurs no more. You got a chance to do something great, to be someone great. This is the first step up, kid. Use your feet. Keep your hands up. It's all about heart.
Luck is rock. Every time some clown gets hurt.
This guy's a friggin' animal. You gotta put this guy on the canvas. Understand?
The only way to the title is through me.
That's what champions do. They get back up.
Hi, everybody. I'm Joe Tessitore alongside Teddy Atlas. Good evening and welcome to the Mexico City Plaza here in Mexico City for tonight's main event. 10 rounds of heavyweight action between Mike Tyson and Tommy Morrison.
Go, Tommy!
First round underway in this scheduled 10-rounder. The excitement in the air is palpable, and the fans have good reason to be. Tyson's won every single one of his fights by knockout.
Yeah, and I think the anticipation in the air is twofold. One is, are they going to see another knockout? The other is, what happens if he hits his opponent and he's still there?
Landing a two-punch combo by Mike Tyson. Come on, man.
Boom, perfect timing.
Perfectly executed combination. Morrison's down. He's going to have to beat the count. So now the question becomes, after that knockdown, and he has gotten up, how does he survive?
So this way instincts kick in. You got to start moving that head automatically right now. You don't want to stay in the middle.
Boy, sharp two-punch combination by Mike Tyson. You can tell he's just looking to survive. Morrison's holding his opponent right now, just hugging him.
Yeah, he's doing what he has to do. Look, they work on this in the gym, Joe. We look at all the things where you work on the pads, you work on the heavy bag, putting punches together, but you work on this on moments.
Boom, perfect timing.
Big shot comes crashing home. He goes down thanks to that non-stop attack. It's like he was thrown into a blender of punches. The ref stops the fight. Mike Tyson's of explaining to do here, but help me with this. Everybody, glad you've made the decision to be with us. Alongside Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore, and we're glad to be bringing you action and welcoming you to the Thomas & Mack Center just off the Vegas Strip for a much-anticipated main event. 10 rounds among heavyweights. Opening 3 minutes of this 10-round fight. Tyson's feeling pressure, and he has to be feeling the pressure because all the talk all week has been about the knockout streak. He's won every fight by knockout.
Well, there's been a little other talk, too. They've been talking about how the national anthem is usually longer than his fights.
And yet another right hand lands. Frazier's known as a guy who isn't going to be bashful early on. He has power, and he's not afraid to showcase it.
Yeah, but that's not all that this business is about. My mentor, Customato, used to say, hey, you know, power's just part of it. It's kind of like having a military weapon. You know, you still need a missile to get it there. Alone, all it does is make a hole in the ground. Otherwise, it has no real use. You have to have a way to get it to the target. Let's see if he has that way.
Frazier showing you a little defensive skill there. Able to move away from that punch.
Keep your head moving. Keep your head moving. Let's see some defense. Come on, man.
Joe Frazier's hoping to recover right here. The way to do it, he feels, to tie up.
Yeah, it's not about machoism right now. It's about getting past this point, surviving, and then having a chance later on to get back to win the fight.
Tyson's landing a combination here. That's what he does when he's at his very best. He tried to nab him up top, but was unable to connect. Very nice work to the head. The right hand landed. Double jab by Mike Tyson. Not hitting his mark there.
Boom, perfect timing.
Another big shot comes in. He is not meant for life on the outside there, and he just paid the price. He goes down.
Because he didn't make his mind up. If you're not going to work out in front, get to a distance where you're safe. He stood there at a bad distance. No man's land.
Just keep it up.
Here we go. Round 2 is underway. Smoking Joe with a good solid left hand. Tyson's so dangerous with that accuracy. A 2-punch combination landing. Here's one for you now, he says. Right back with the left hand. He missed with that headshot. And once again, he returns fire up top. Frazier blocks that punch. Tyson's the kind of boxer that wants to do just that. Find the target. Frazier's in a bad place right now. He was tagged. Two snapping jabs by Mike Tyson. That is a sharp uppercut by Joe Frazier. Frazier's now just trying to survive. That knockdown.
Boom, perfect timing.
Cosell set it back. Down goes Frazier. Unfortunately for Smokin' Joe, it's not the first time he's heard that tonight.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
And it's over. Look at this. Tyson's opponent is floored. A knockout victory. Boy, was that impressive. Mike Tyson is able to come up with a shocker here out of nowhere. Welcome to this pay-per-view extravaganza. Alongside Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore, and we welcome you to the MGM Grand here on the Vegas Strip in beautiful Las Vegas. 10 rounds slated in the books tonight. Here's the first. Everyone knows what can take place with this guy. Tyson's knocked out every opponent he's faced. Will the streak continue tonight?
But what his opponent wants to know is what's important. What happens when he comes out and he can't hit me? How's he going to act then?
He missed that uppercut. And now a little combination punching, landing both shots.
Boom, perfect timing.
Unable to handle that combination. He is down on the canvas.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So he goes down, but able to get up to his feet. Teddy, what should he be thinking about now?
Well, right now, just surviving, but if he survives, then he better figure out why he was put on the floor.
Tyson's combination punching is working well here. Taking a bit of a breather here, just tying up, hugging his opponent at this point.
Hey, look, even the great race cars, Indianapolis 500, big.
He is not in good shape. Did you see that? He was able to get up and continue on last time. Now he goes down again. over. Tyson's giving these fans a thriller here. A first-round knockout. Fireworks. Alongside Teddy Atlas. All the talk, all the hype, now the fight. Round one scheduled for 10. Mike Tyson's a real treat for these fans, a pure knockout artist. Every single fight of his career has ended with his hand raised and his opponent down and out.
Now, every one of his fights is like a fire throw. I mean, the bell goes off, and bang, he's rushing to that fire. Or to start the fire.
Comes right back at him with a left hand. Lands flush with the combination upstairs. Blocks the headshot. How about a return to center?
Boom, perfect timing.
Oh, and he goes down. First knockdown tonight. Down he goes, but he's going to continue on, beating the count. Well-targeted two-punch combo by Mike Tyson. Parries that. What a big shot. Blistering combination. The speed of those punches just put him down.
They got there quicker than his hands got back to cover.
The fight is over. Mike Tyson's quickly to demolish his opponent. First round knockout. How about that? alongside Teddy Atlas, and we welcome you to Boardwalk Hall at the famed Atlantic City Boardwalk. Little get-to-know-you here in the opening round, scheduled for 10. I wonder if the knockout streak will continue here. Tyson's been able to do it throughout his whole career. Knock out man after man they line up in front of him.
He wastes no time. He goes right out of that corner with one thing in mind. Get rid of that guy.
What does the boxer have to be very aware of in terms of how he can get himself into trouble when he faces a brawler?
Well, there's a couple areas that the boxer really has to be on his P's and Q's. One, don't get trapped on the ropes, because then you're allowing the brawler to have exactly the place he wants. Also, when you're stepping away, and you're going to be going away from a strong guy, don't step away naked.
Tyson's putting his punches together now. That's a nice combination. Staying away from those headshots with his defense up top. Oh, you see him with the left of the head there?
Boom, perfect timing.
He goes down for the first time.
One, two, three, four.
Dixon's getting back up to his feet after being knocked down. One of the fastest punches in the game. You see how he just turns over that hook? Needs to improve that accuracy. Missed with the headshot. Blocks that punch. What an impact that left hand just made by Mike Tyson. Boy, right on target with that double jab. Round comes to an end. We saw the knockdown there in that round. A little bit of a momentum gain.
Yeah, obviously it gives you confidence, but you know what? It can also be a momentum killer, believe it or not.
How so?
Joe, I've had guys where the worst thing that happened to them in a fight was when they scored the knockdown, because they thought it was just going to keep happening. And they thought about only the punch they landed, not how they set it up. So they got away from the game plan.
Little head hunting with the left. Dixon's got to prove a few things here. Number one, he's got to prove to his opponent that he's on good ground after being knocked down in the last round. But he's also got to prove it to the referee, too.
Yeah, he does. And his corner. Because his corner, I just noticed, they put that towel over their shoulder. So they know the condition their fighter's in. They know their responsibility, and they're ready to act on it.
Now he's putting his punches together. The combination upstairs. Solid double jab by Mike Tyson. Dixon's left landing well. That's a bitter hook by Dixon. Not much action as he just ties up. A well-placed left hand up top. Mike Tyson's at his best when the combinations are landing. He scored well there with that combo. That's a nice right hand that time by Dixon. That is, boom, left hand comes home. Dixon, big shot he just scored with. He is floored by that combination. Absolutely floored. Dixon's back up on his feet. What will he look like in the next few moments of this fight? That's the big question. That's the clean shot with the left hand that he was looking for by Dixon. And that's the end of round 2.
It's all right.
Tyson's very accurate, and you can see it even early on in this fight, Teddy. He just has a target from long range that he can hit upon, and it's his opponent's head.
Well, what he's doing is he's acting like a realtor. What I mean by that is he's charging his opponent for real estate. Every foot that he comes in, he charges them 3 or 4 punches.
Dixon's in bad shape now. You can see the damn solid shot. The left hand came in. Dixon's in a tough spot here. He could go down with that bad defense. That's a good left hand by Mike Tyson. The combo lands upstairs. Off to the side, a little swing and a miss going upstairs.
It's all right. Keep moving. Keep moving.
Little double jab to the head. Oh, what a left hand.
Focus. Come on now.
Oh, and there you go. Unbelievable. Just the barrage continues. He's knocked down again.
But his desire and heart is just as strong as it was before.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That's it. It's over. Fight is over. Tyson's hand to be raised in victory. He scores the knockout here tonight. He's probably going to mark that down as one of the highlights of his career.